Okay. Thanks, Convener. Good morning, Lord Gill. Good morning, Mr. Flynn. As we've heard, one of your main arguments is that judges have a different role from other public officials. Could you perhaps explain in more detail in what way the role of a judge is different from that of other public officials, and why this merits the judiciary being treated differently as regards a register of financial interests?
Yes, if you are, let's say, a councillor in a local authority, and you are engaged in the business of the authority, you will be involved in making decisions that involve the spending of council money, the placing of contracts, the purchasing of services, and so on. And it is perfectly understandable that in public life, people should be able to know that when an individual councillor is voting on whether a particular company should be given a particular contract, entirely understandable that it should be publicly known what, if any, interest that councillor should have. Judges fulfil an entirely different function. They administer the law. They resolve disputes between parties. By their imaginative development of the law, they improve the law. They extend it, they explain it in their judgments. That is an entirely different constitutional function. Now, if I could put it to you this way, in a devolved Scotland, the ministers, the legislators, like you, and the judges, as I once was, carry out their quite different functions in their own different ways. But that is dependent upon their doing so in a spirit of mutual confidence, in which these three organs of the state carry out their functions in the knowledge that they have the trust of the others. And that is why in Scotland today, our devolved democracy is working so well. The assumption underlying this petition, of course, it raises a matter of extreme concern. The petition implies that there are judicial office holders in this country who are unfit to hold that office. If the committee accedes to the principles behind this petition, then I think it would be very regrettable, because it would mean that this committee had evinced its own belief that there are judges and sheriffs in this country who are not to be trusted. Today, I would like to invite you as a committee to demonstrate your confidence in this country's judiciary. And if you were to do that, then I'm convinced that both you as legislators and the judiciary would be all the better for that.
Okay, thank you, Lord Gill, for that response. I think it was important to get that fundamental view on the record. If I could move to looking at other jurisdictions, what's your view on the fact that the USA has successfully introduced a register of judicial interests, and do you think that the system in the States has increased public confidence in the judiciary?
I don't know if you would want to have a judiciary here like they have in the United States. It's entirely a matter for your own personal point of view.
Okay, well
I'm not giving you my view, but you can guess what it is.
Yeah, I won't pick up on that particular point, but has there been any evidence on the impact that the US system has had on judges' independence, or the way that the media, for example, treats judges in the USA?
Well, I would be very sorry to see a judiciary in which candidates ran for election. I'd be very sorry to see a judiciary in which candidates' election campaigns were based upon fundraising from companies and corporations who would be litigants in their courts. And I would be very sorry if the day ever came where, before appointment, judges had to come before a committee of this honourable legislature for confirmation and for examination of their political, ethical and social views.
Okay, thank you.